I just wanted to film this video as a bit of an update because I know I haven't filmed any more videos since the original finding out I was pregnant video. Everything is okay. I am now 15 plus 5 weeks pregnant. It feels like it's gone really quickly, and it feels like it's also dragged, because I think with any pregnancy you just kind of almost wishing it away because you want to get closer and closer to the due date. But yeah, it's been an experience. I've written down a list of things I wanted to talk about because it's not going to be a long video. So I found out, I think it was like the middle of November, maybe. Yeah. I wanted to keep it a secret from my husband until our anniversary, which was the end of November, because I had like a plan to surprise him, but I'll talk about that a bit later on. The symptoms I had and still have are, well, the morning sickness I had was, wow, it was something else. I have never ever had morning sickness like this. I'm not, as a person, particularly, like, I'm not sick really easily, so I kind of really fought against vomiting. Whether that would have made me feel better, I don't know. So I wasn't actually ever sick, but the nausea that I had was just off scale. It was from first thing in the morning when I woke up till when I went to bed at night. And in the day, it was, I'd say, more up until about 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon, it was okay. Not ideal. But then from that point in time, I just started feeling really rough, and it was such a weird feeling, like just felt so, like, I don't know if you ever felt really hot, if you ever like really warm and you're wearing the really itchy clothing and you just feel really like, ugh, like gross, and that's how I felt. And that, I think that kind of went, that feeling went probably about 12 weeks maybe. But the nausea, I still get it now. I said to my husband yesterday, oh, I think the sickness has stopped, because I had a good few days where I didn't feel it at all. But then today, it was back. I mean, it's not anywhere near what it was, but it lingers. So that was a really big symptom, and it really did affect me. We went to Disneyland Paris before Christmas, and it was at its peak then, and that was really, really hard. Walking around there and just... that was bad. I said to my husband, I was like, I really enjoyed Disneyland Paris. It was great. The kids loved it. But I associate that holiday with feeling crap. So, yeah, mixed memories there. Other symptoms, boobs still hurt. That's been ongoing since the start. I think I initially had like episodes of being quite lightheaded, but that's kind of gone. I got bloating, but I get that anyway, really. That's it, I think, symptom-wise. I'll probably think of something else after this, but what I touched on earlier about telling my husband, yeah, it was our wedding anniversary on the 30th of November. So I bought a Moonpig card, and I will insert a clip of the card. Told him, which I thought was quite sweet, and he was surprised, and he did say to me, oh, I was wondering if you would, because you hadn't said anything. So yeah, we stayed in the hotel that we got married in, and stayed in the same room that we stayed in when we got married again for our anniversary, so that was really nice. And I couldn't actually tell him when we stayed because he forgot my card and I forgot his card, so I had to do it the next day, but that was lovely. Excuse me. So when I had the miscarriage in June, I asked about the possibility of having additional scans for when I did become pregnant again. So at around 6-7 weeks pregnant, I phoned our local early pregnancy unit, and I asked them about this, and they had a consultant there that takes an interest in miscarriages and recurrent miscarriages. Even though I haven't had 3, which is usually the kind of trigger point it is to have in further investigations, obviously I was quite lucky in our trust in the hospital, that after 2, they would kind of look at things. I didn't have any blood tests or any kind of testing prior to getting pregnant. I kind of find a reason. We did have a scan. I don't know, it was about 7 weeks. I don't have a picture of that one because they wouldn't give me one. but that was nerve-wracking because I was just terrified. All fine, there was a heartbeat, so it was lovely to see. I then had another scan, yes, at around 8 weeks because I had some spotting, which was really, really, really light. I think it was because me and my husband had sex, and I think that a couple of days later I had some spotting, but it was very, 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 very light. But I panicked and they saw me and they gave me the scan and it was fine. And I do have a photo of that one, and I will put that with the other scan photos that I'll show you in this video. We had another scan then. Oh God, when was it? Was it around 9? Yeah, I think it was like 9, 10 weeks maybe. Again, don't have a photo of that one. That one was quite nerve-wracking because I lay down on the bed and it was a different, the consultant was there that I see normally, but she had a different doctor with her, I think that was training, and they were having the scan on my stomach and not saying anything and just kind of talk, and I was just like, tell me, because I want to know if everything's okay. And they were like, oh yeah, it's fine. And you could see the baby in the arms and the legs and stuff like that. So that was lovely to see. And then we went back once more at about 11 weeks, just to kind of, just before the 12-week scan. That again was absolutely fine. It was lovely. And you could see the baby moving and it looked, you know, a lot more like a baby. I am so thankful for the NHS to have that kind of support and the kind of reassurance that they offered me through those scans, because, you know, if I'd had to wait till 12 weeks, I would have been a bag of nerves, because, you know, when you're early pregnant, you can't, there's no way of knowing if your baby's okay, and it's just terrifying to think, especially if you've had a miscarriage, that, you know, you could lie down on that bed and they'll put the scanner in your stomach and there's nothing there, or it's not right. So what I did feel about having these regular scans early on and seeing what the baby looked like, you know, developing, I really don't think the previous pregnancy in June, that we had a really early private scan for it. I think it was like 9 weeks. And I looked at that old scan, and if I got a photo, I think I have, I will insert it. 8-week one, you could see the most of this pregnancy. You could see arm buds and leg buds and things like that. And then obviously when we went back for another 9 week, it was 9 weeks plus 4 or 5, so it was further on, you could see limbs. Sorry. What's wrong with me today? But in the previous pregnancy, the scan we had, the private one, it just didn't look the same. The baby had a heartbeat obviously at that scan, which they said it was fine, the speed was fine, but there was no, just like a blob. So, I mean, they say that these private scan places tell you if something's wrong, but I don't know whether they just thought, oh, there's a heartbeat, just say it's fine. My neighbour's dog. So, I don't know. Like I said, I will try and insert a photo, and you can kind of see that the previous pregnancy one, it's just like a long blob, and the sac looks kind of a funny shape, and you can't really see, it doesn't even look like a baby. Whereas the 8-week one I had, that I've got a photo of, which I'll put in, you could see the shape, and like it looked like a gummy bear. And the 11-week one, again, I know that's further on, but looked like a baby. So try not to dwell on that, but whatever. So we said about scans. I will show you, I got 3 scan photos. 3? Yes. This 8-week one, the 11-week one, and the 12-week one, which is obviously a standard data scan. 12-week one was fine. That was the one that they kind of give you routinely in the NHS here. Baby wouldn't, they were meant to do back of the neck measurements to measure for Downs and Edwards Pato and something else, but the baby would not cooperate. It was kind of like sitting up in my pelvis, so would not play ball. Sorry, my neighbour's dog is running around outside. So they couldn't have that, but I have to have a blood test. So, you know, I would have liked to have had it, but there we go. She said everything looked really normal in the 12 weeks and the dating scan, and she had a good scan around and looked at the baby and stuff, and you could see it moving and appeared to have everything it needed. So, I mean, obviously the main one for that is the 20-week anomaly scan. We are actually having gender scan early, because I can't wait, at 17 weeks. So I'm 16 weeks Saturday, it is Thursday today. So in a week and a bit, a few days, we're having a gender scan, and it's kind of like not like a full anomaly scan, but they do look over the baby to try and see if there's anything, you know, they can see anything. So we haven't told anyone yet. The only people that I've told are obviously my husband. I've told my manager in work, because I kind of had to. And I told one of my good best friends because it's her wedding in July, and I was meant to be going to her hen do in Ibiza in May, so I had to tell her and swore her to secrecy, obviously. Not to say anything because I wouldn't be able to go, because I'll be like 7 months pregnant. As much as I'd love to go to Ibiza, it's not really the place for a pregnant woman. So yeah, we have that soon, and then obviously I have the 20-week scan. I'm under a consultant for this pregnancy because my son previously was premature. He was only a month premature, but they wanted me to be under consultant. So it's actually the same consultant that we saw for all the scans, which was nice. With regards to how I'm feeling about, you know, being pregnant after loss, it has been stressful. Although I do feel more positive about this pregnancy, and I don't really want to say this because I thought, oh God, am I going to jinx myself? But I felt okay. Like, there's been periods where I've been like, oh my God, you know, what if this next time, you know, anything can happen? And it's true, anything can happen. You know, nothing is guaranteed. Any pregnancy is not guaranteed a baby at the end of it. So like I said, I'm just trying to take it as it comes. I did buy a Doppler, and I know this is a controversial thing, and if you read online, everyone's like, no, you shouldn't buy Dopplers, you're not medically trained, you're not a midwife, you're not a doctor, you know, it's dangerous and that type of thing. I wanted it for me, for reassurance that I could listen to this baby's heartbeat, and have that kind of reassurance in between scans, because the worst part for me in this pregnancy is just the not knowing and the fear of going into a scan like I did previously in my last pregnancy, and then just being like, oh, okay, there's no heartbeat, and it is earth-shattering. So I bought a Doppler, I got one off eBay, and you know, like I said, I'm not promoting this. For me, it's something I want to do, and I am doing. I've been able to get the heartbeat since about, I want to say 11 weeks, maybe 11, 12 weeks. And I did have to dig around a lot, like a lot. It took me a long time to kind of find it. But I found it, and I found it every time since. And I do it, being a bit mental, probably daily, just to kind of have a listen in and just reassure myself. And I probably will stop using that once I can feel the baby moving properly, because obviously movements are way more important than a heartbeat, because the movements can show if a baby's distressed or anything like that. So it is just for the time being, and I'm going to leave it there. Like I said, you know, if anyone wants to get one and they feel like that, do it suits you. Don't kind of, you know, do your own research and speak to whoever you want to speak to about it. But I will also insert, there's a little video I've got of the first couple of times I used the Doppler. It's not the best video because obviously it was quite difficult to find, but it's one I sent to my husband when he was working away. I said about the next scan. Yeah, I mean, with regards to the gender, I do really, really feel like it's a girl. And my husband just thinks that I think that because I really want a girl. Not that I wouldn't be happy with a boy, but I've always kind of had in my mind that I'd like to have a daughter. But I had this overwhelming kind of idea that it is one, and it'll turn out to be a boy now, and I'll be completely wrong. But I'm excited to find out. I really am. And I'm excited to tell people, because we were going, like I said earlier, we were going to wait until this scan because I wanted to make sure everything's okay with the baby. Because, like, you know, people say, oh, you went during, you know, second trimester, had the first scan, it's fine. But, you know, there can be things wrong with a baby that they pick up, and, you know, if it's something significant, it just wouldn't be nice to have to go and tell all the people we would have told again. So we haven't told any of our children or families yet. So that'll be exciting. And I'll planning on doing like for my son to have a surprise. I think it'll probably be, because it's around Valentine's Day, it'll probably be a Valentine's Day card with like a little poem or something in it. So with everyone else, I don't know what I'll do. I'll probably just tell my friends via WhatsApp. Martin's family, I don't know. My husband's family, I did say something to him last night about doing something with like cupcakes or something, because, you know, just to make it a bit of, instead of just going, oh, by the way, I'm pregnant, you know, it's a bit boring. So yeah, I'm gonna try and do more videos. It's just, I struggle to try and find the time to sit down and do it because of work and everything. I work full time, but I will try. I kind of made a little list of things I'd like to do, and yeah, I mean, the only other thing that I should have said was, for this pregnancy, following on from the miscarriages, I am taking aspirin. And again, like the Doppler, I haven't been instructed to take aspirin. I did so much research after my last miscarriage, and I just felt like this is something I want to do and take. And, you know, there's low risk. And like I said, that I'm not promoting it again. I'm not a doctor, you know, I'm not a specialist in, you know, obstetrics or miscarriage or anything. It's something I chose to do, and I continue to take it. And all I have been taking is like a prenatal vitamin, and that's it. I do still go to the gym. I've recently joined a new gym because we have a gym in our house and it's so cold in there because it's in the garage. So I've joined an actual gym so I can do that. And apart from the morning sickness, I felt okay and just want to kind of enjoy as much as I can and relax, really. So I will see you in the next video.